Well, welcome back to whatever episode number this is. Now, we have absolutely loads to do, and I need to do a few quick things before Robert beats me to it because I'm worried that he will do that. There is a field of sugar beet that is ready, and I know I need sugar beet, so I'm going to buy that right now. Buy that. There's also a canola field which is ready next to it, so I'm going to buy that too because we're doing canola today, so I might as well do that field at the same time. It would make sense, and it's directly opposite. Now we have got, if I go back to the other page, 13 and 37 to seed. It may well be that we do that on the next episode. I don't know yet. And we then need to decide whether to buy or rent a harvester for the sugar beet. So, lots to do and very little time to do it in. As always, however, I am going to top my greenhouses up, so I will catch up with you in a few minutes when that is done. Right, that is my greenhouses topped up. Now, over to this lovely mess. Again, genuinely, I have no idea why the seeder did not seed these parts of the field. It is a direct drill, and yet somehow all my tracks where I ran the combine after I'd already done the field, harvested it, have basically gone like that. Absolutely no idea why that was. If anyone does know, please let me know, because I assumed direct drilling meant that it would just work. So completely mystery to me. But yeah, we're going to do this field now. I have got two combines, one at the top, one at the bottom of the field. I hope that will make things go a bit faster. I'm not entirely certain what the yield is like, but it is what it is. Well, don't think you get straw from this. No, you can't. Right, okay. So we'll set that away on this one. We'll set this away here. We'll go the opposite direction just to give it a bit of a headland. And then once I set the eye worker away, I am going to empty the trailer at the windmill. We might not need to bring the trailer over here, but we shall see. I can't quite remember what my last episode showed, but at the very end of the episode I did buy a dairy. So we need to get some chickens, we need to make some eggs, and we need to make some butter. So we have a lot to do if we want to get this pancake factory up and running. And I do want to get this pancake factory up and running. Right, so we'll cut across here and then we'll go down. Now, I appreciate this is probably one of my least popular series. I'm not entirely certain why that is, however it's one of my favourite, which is why I enjoy doing it so much. I am absolutely hoping that I beat Mr. Robert Sythe. I haven't checked our bank balances against each other yet. I do know that he spent quite a fair bit in recent episodes. I am going to be spending a bit this episode, so it might start leveling us out again. But yeah, I'm having fun. Like I said before, we know roughly when we're going to end this series now. And we've also discussed that when FS22 comes out, potentially looking at doing a cooperative multiplayer as opposed to a competitive one. We still need to kind of wait and see what happens in terms of what is coming in FS22, how it's going to function, how it's going to work. There's a lot we still don't know about the game. There's a lot I don't know as to whether my PC will adequately run it. I hope it does, but I'm not entirely certain. I don't really run this on max graphics, so I am concerned that the next generation of FS22 might not perform that well. But I will have to cross that bridge as and when it comes to it. Right, I will see you at the tractor and trailer. Okay. Ironically, this has canola in it, so we could actually go to the field and unload into here before going to the windmill. But I think we crack on now and take it down. It doesn't do any harm. Right, back to the farm. We need to work out where to put our chickens. And I suppose we need to then consider how we transfer the milk to the dairy. I have a funny feeling my water tanker has water in it still. We'll see how that goes. Right. Thankfully, the trailer only had about 1,000 litres of water in it, so it didn't take much when I went to the water point for the cows. We have ample milk here. I'm not sure how much milk. Oh, 51,000 litres. We haven't seeded here, so we can drive over it. And this is where I put my dairy. Dairy. I have no idea what's going on with my words today. Now, I don't have info markers on, so I think we've got to turn them on for now. There we go, that's the milk going in. So we just need milk for this to start working. Fantastic. We only need sugar for chocolate, which we're not doing. So we will turn that on. Now, is that going to spawn straight away? Might. I want to say distributing, but I'm concerned it won't. Oh, we need milk there too. Pants. Well, we don't have eggs yet, so I'm not going to worry too much just yet. Okay. That's good to know though, that we need more milk. I might have to go to Robert Sythe and ask to buy some of his. So, chickens. What are we doing for chickens? Oh, stand by caller, I will get back to you. Apparently this is what objects are blocking each other. AI workers. While I'm here, I might as well finish off the end. Now, amazingly, this field did not take very long to do, which is positive. And we obviously didn't need to empty the tank. Right, I'm going to take this to the field, we'll finish that edge off down as well, and I will get back to you once that's done. Right, while the harvesters are doing their job, I am going to take this across to that field so we can plough it up, so we don't get those tram lines again going forward. And then once we do that, we'll get the sugar beet, and I think I will buy that harvester and then reseed some more sugar beet into it. Or is this someone else's field? I don't want to be driving through people's crop. I did, however, see Mr. Sythe drive through mine because he realised that he didn't do crop destruction. I don't feel that's very realistic, so I will not be doing that. Right, so we'll start this off while that's doing that over there. And I don't feel like I'm doing many time lapses on this episode. I'm just going to be doing a bit of talking while we're working. There might be one or two. I haven't decided just yet. But yeah, so for those who are avidly watching this and listening to me, what is your thoughts on FS25? Are you buying it? Are you not buying it? Are you able to buy it in terms of, are you on old generation console so you can't make the benefit of moving over to it? So yes, it'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are. I am certainly liking the look of what I've seen so far. Like I said, a little bit concerned over what the specs might be. I have seen what the specs are. My PC does meet the requirements for pretty much most of the recommended, so that is positive. I'm just, like I said, concerned that it might max the PC out where the fans then whirring quite a lot. My mic picks up a lot of sensitivity on noise. It doesn't take much, even sometimes swallowing is picked up by the mic, which is quite irritating on occasions. So yeah, the fan going like the clappers all the time is not going to be positive. if that does happen. So yeah, we will see. Right, I will set that away and I'm going to go back to the harvester. Right, we have bought our sugar beet harvester. I bought the header, it had an extra option, I paid for that. I have no idea what the extra option is, it might just be decorative. But we have it now, so we will see. It's at the front, it may well be. I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case because it's going to be very awkward to get in the back of that. I'll do a rubber scythe and nudge it. Oh, I've definitely done a rubber scythe because that was too far of a nudge. Right. It looks like the combines are blocked. We will see what they're blocked by when we get there. Probably each other. So yeah, I'll see you back at the farm, at the field. So we have started with the sugar beet harvest, and whilst I was in the midst of doing this, I had a realisation I don't actually need sugar beet. So I feel like I'm doing this. I've bought the harvester, bought the header, bought the field, and it will serve me absolutely zero purpose because my pancakes do not need sugar. They need butter, and I assumed that that meant I needed sugar. I don't. The recipe is milk only. The sugar is for the chocolate. So if I want to do chocolate, then absolutely the sugar will be beneficial. But currently, there is zero benefit to me doing this harvest. So yeah, Dex's fun fact of the day. So I'm going to go back to doing this. It's a bit of a slow process. But with any luck, I will put this onto an AI worker again and start doing some other jobs, like ploughing the fields. Oh dear. So, I know that Robert did a little bit of a boundary on my field by mistake. I left my AI worker going and he's done a little bit more on Robert's field. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to have to come clean. Oh dear. Clearly, Mr. Sythe decided to buy a field too close to mine. I blame him entirely for that. I think the solution is going to be a bit of boundary work. So I'm going to finish this off, and I think we put a fence in. Whether we put a full line fence or whether we just I don't know. It was not intentional. The next thing is, what kind of fence do we put in? Is it your big garden fence that you don't want your neighbours to see over? Or do we put something a bit more discreet in? I don't want to cause hindrance to any equipment, I just want to make sure that we don't end up doing that mistake again. I mean, if it helps, I'm going to be forking out £40,000 for this correction. So I feel like I am paying dividends to it. There we go. I'm hopeful that solves the problem. I mean, in theory, it should. It's 50-50 on the boundary, which means we shouldn't get into that problem again. Will we have that issue anywhere else? Possibly here. Neither one of us owns that field just yet. But yeah, okay. I feel I've corrected the problem adequately now. Mr. Sythe, if you're watching this, wasn't me, honest. So I have opted to do this field myself, just to make sure I don't, plough through my own crop. It is certainly self-interest. But yeah, the AI workers are doing a good job so far, which is fantastic. I am tempted to get the seeder going, but I think given the time of day now, it might be a little bit too late and pushing my luck. I'm not a big fan of doing nighttime farming. And it also gives us something to do on the next episode. So there is a positive to that. I think by the time we get this field harvested and then ploughed through, because I've now merged the field, I think that's where we'll be ending things. I have bought a chicken coop. I need to buy some chickens, and I also need to look and see if I have the appropriate feed for them already, and if not, initially purchase some, but then make sure that when we do seed, we seed the right crop for that. So I think it's wheat, barley and sorghum is what they eat, so we should be okay, because we put all of them into the windmill for flour. So we have been planting them. Yeah. Right, I'm going to continue on with this, and I will catch up with you in just a bit. Well, we have finished the sugar beet harvest. We have ploughed the field. We have put the sugar beet into the windmill to turn into sugar, and we have put the canola into grain storage at our farm, and that might get transferred for flour, or it might be utilised. Actually, no, it will be turned into flour because it cannot be utilised for chicken feed. So on the next episode, we will take that across to the windmill. That said, I made a big boo-boo. I don't actually need sugar beet, and I don't need sugar. So on here, I, for some reason, because the incoming material said milk sugar, assumed I needed sugar. I didn't realise that actually butter just needs milk, cheese just needs milk, it's only the chocolate that needs the sugar, and I don't plan to do chocolate, at least not at this stage. So yeah, that was a bit of a boo-boo. So I am going to sell the sugar beet harvest straight away because I don't feel we need it any further. I paid roughly 400,000 for the machine and 55, I think, for the header. So it'll be interesting to see what we get back for them after essentially a couple of hours use. That's nice to see that the butter is going directly to my pancake production, which is fantastic. That's where it needs to go. So yes, right. I don't normally do all the repairing and what have you. How is that £40,000 in repaint damage after what? 1.2 hours worth of use? That is shocking. I mean, do I repaint it? We'll repair it. We'll repair that one too. What is the sell price? Oh, 285. So I've lost 110,000 already. I'll gamble it. Actually, no, you know what I'll do? I'll gamble it on this one, the cheaper one. So that is 39.8 and it should have been 55. We need to add 7.7 to 39. So that'll be 36.8 plus that, so 37.5. Say 47.5 if we repaint, so yes. Oh, it did go a bit higher. It might be worth doing it then. So that should be 325 roughly. Not by much, but a little bit. Okay. Right, so repainting and repairing is actually worth it. Sell. And done. So we got 377,000 back, and we probably spent about 450,000, so we've lost about 70,000. And I don't think we've made £70,000 worth of sugar beet. Anyway, on yet another bombshell, that is where we're going to end the episode. So for those who have been watching, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.